It's the end of February 2022, and once again I'm out exploring the desert in southern Arizona. This past weekend, Shannon and I left our base camp near Ajo, Arizona, and we made our way back toward Tucson. For this week's base camp, we secured a campsite at the lovely Gilbert Ray Campground in Tucson Mountain Park. Gilbert Ray is a very nice fee campground that has bathrooms, picnic tables, running water, and hookups for RVs. There's also really good cell service if you need to do work, and it's only a 20 to 30 minute drive into downtown Tucson. On Saturday, we went into town to run errands, got groceries, did laundry, got showers, and then on Sunday, we hung out around camp and just had a very relaxing time. I even took the opportunity to shave.
This is editing some video. Sorry to catch you unawares. I am talking about making lunch. This is not fit for YouTube. I'm making lunch. The last dregs of our vegetables. Some salad. This salad dressing is actually super flavorful. Frying up some chicken sausages, and I'm about to turn off the heat and add black beans to half the side of the pan.
Mini cream puff.
Yeah. Well, I got those from... This is not going anywhere. Like, there's crap all over there. Mm-hmm. Your beard is catching literally half the cream. I just love the faces you make when you do this. Sitting on his wall. Look who cut his beard.
Mm-hmm. Need a haircut next.
Yeah. Well, I tried at the back, but now it looks like a party in the front and business in the back. Old man Finn's enjoying a warm rock and a little sun basking. What a good boy. Yeah. Do you feel nice and chill, Papa?
Quick commentary, I set the camera settings incorrectly during this scene, causing my legs to appear overexposed.
No, you didn't.
They're really leathery and tan.
No, they're not.
A very remote campsite tonight, deep into BLM land, toward the end of a long and very lightly traveled primitive road. It's a good spot. There's a very old and neglected fire ring here, and privacy is almost guaranteed. I'm sheltered down in the valley, so if the wind picks up tonight, it shouldn't be too bothersome. unlike last week. This place is great. Immense solitude, lush vegetation with saguaro cacti all over the place, jagged rock formations, and distant desert mountains. It's one of those vast open spaces that make you feel very, very small. The rocks up here are very sharp, and there are these cylindrical holes all over the place. It's very interesting. Doesn't get much more peaceful than this. And we had crickets last night. I've been hearing owls through the night. The air is calm. No distant vehicles or anything. Another really nice backcountry campsite with a well-used stone fire ring, desert mountains to the northwest, and sweeping views of the desert to the southeast. Cell service is passable, and again, it's very secluded and remote. Over the past few weeks, the Defender High Cap has gracefully managed everything that I've thrown at it. As far as four-wheel drive capability goes for backcountry exploration, the truck is configured sufficiently as is. The only limitation I've encountered has been its open differentials. When the axles are counterflex, it tends to lose traction and stop in its tracks. That's easily resolved with the aftermarket. Install a couple of ARB air lockers and you're good to go. There's no place this truck won't go easily. So far, knock on wood, it's been extremely reliable. But at over 30 years old, you really can't count on any vehicle to not give you trouble at some point. But I can tell the classic Land Rover Defender was engineered to do exactly what we're doing now, and it does it well. Tonight's campsite, once again deep in the desert outside of Tucson, and when I stumbled upon it, I saw it as a good opportunity because there's a well-established fire ring and there was this well-groomed flat spot that looks like it's been used for ground tents before. So that means a smooth surface with no rocks, flat, and a good night of sleep. Honestly, yes, these backpacking meals are getting really old really fast, but all my cookware is up in RNG in Oregon, so just trying to keep things fairly simple until then. Do you hear that? You probably can't hear it, but the crickets are out again. I'll add some fake crickets. It's very quiet and peaceful again tonight. The temperature is perfect. I think I can hear a train in the distance, but it's very faint. I can also see a crystal clear starry sky through the tent mesh, so I'm happy that I don't need the rainfly tonight. We've been hanging out around the Tucson area all year so far, and that's mainly because of the truck. Before we got too far, we wanted to shake it down and make sure that everything is working. But it's also because of the weather. Southern Arizona, from Yuma to Quartzsite to Phoenix to Tucson, are some of the warmest places to spend the winter. Tomorrow I'm going to break camp fairly early and work my way back to pavement, wherever that might be. I'm low on drinking water, I'm out of coffee, so I have some errands to run tomorrow. Yeah, really low on drinking water. I'm finally back on pavement, and that was quite a backcountry route. That was about 30 miles of primitive tracks over the past few days. I phoned in my coffee this morning and stopped at Starbucks, so I'm already recaffeinated. And then after Starbucks, I went into Walmart right next door to rehydrate. I got 2-gallon containers of Crystal Geyser spring water. Okay. Oh, I need to be taller. Why are they so high? Over the past 5 years, I've offered my detailed GPS data in the form of GPX files as a benefit to my Patreon subscribers, and that is something that I still do very actively. However, lately, as an alternative to that, I've been leaning into the brand new Thatch travel app for iOS and Android. How would I describe Thatch? Thatch is an app that enables travelers and travel content creators to create rich, informative boards about the places they go. And then you or the creator can then monetize those boards to sell the travel information to your audience, and that helps support your endeavor. This is a perfect tool for Venture Forward because I'm constantly out here collecting backcountry campsites and unique points of interest. So I've just started contributing to Thatch myself, and I don't have my workflow completely dialed in yet. But what I do have down is, for every new episode of Venture Forward, I create a Thatch travel board for that episode. And that Thatch board will always contain, at the very least, the campsites that I stayed at in that particular episode. So if we take a look at last week, V15E8, I stayed at 2 backcountry campsites, and that episode I also mention a few other places, like Rancheros Market, Oasis Cafe, and also the Arch Canyon Trailhead. I'm going to try to add as much as I can to the episodic Thatch boards every single week. Thatch is not a replacement for the detailed GPS information that I offer through Patreon. So Patreon subscribers, you won't find any additional information on Thatch that you don't already have access to in my GPX files. Alright, I'm going to call that a wrap for the week. But before I go, important announcement. There will be no episode next week on March 12th, 2022. Instead, the next episode will be on Saturday, March 19th, and Friday, March 18th for Patreon subscribers. The reason for this is simple. We're getting ready to inch our way north, and we have some life maintenance to see to before we leave the area. Plus, I'm going to look over the truck one more time to make sure everything's holding up and that it's ready for the long haul. As usual, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's adventure, and I'll catch up with you all again in a couple weeks.